How many Quant tokens do you need to be holding to be a millionaire by the next bull cycle? Well, in this video, I'll be telling you exactly that. I'll be telling you on how many tokens I think you would need to be a millionaire and exactly my price prediction for the next coming years, 2023, 2024, 25, 26, 27, and also telling you how much Quant you would need for each and every single one of those years if my price prediction was to be correct. Now, before we go any further, remember that nothing is financial advice. Everything is simply speculation and my personal opinion. Please do your own research before making any sort of investment, especially when it comes to crypto. It is a dangerous market, as volatile as it can get in this current market. So please keep that in mind. Do not invest simply by watching this video or any video. In fact, do your own research and seek professional financial advice. But with that being said, boys, let's get straight into this video. The current price of Quant is actually just above $120. It is extremely bearish at the moment, not just for Quant but just for the whole crypto market at the moment. There is a lot of fear circulating around crypto, and yeah, that is pretty much where we are now. $122, 3% down in the last 24 hours, and a market cap of $1.4 billion. Now, of course, the ATH of Quant, it was about $400. Now, let's say if Quant breaks the ATH, and that is the bare minimum, really what we're expecting. It's pretty ridiculous for me to even say, because I'm a big believer in Quant. I think he will do amazing moves by the next bull cycle. But let's say he does the bare minimum and he breaks the ATH. Well, if that was the case, it's a 4x, let's just round it up, a 3, 4, let's just say a 4x from the current price point. So really, at the current price point, you would need, if it does the bare minimum and does a 4x, right, if it breaks the ATH, so that's the bare minimum. So you're going to need about, if it actually lets me type here, 250, oh god, it does not let you type, does it? So we got 250, you would need about 2,000 Quant tokens from the current price point to be a millionaire. That is worth about 250,000, and that is only if it does the bare minimum, which again, I highly doubt it will do, just a 3-4x by the next bull cycle. Keeping in mind, Quant has such a low circulating supply of just 12 million that is actually unlocked, and 14 million total supply. So yeah, I don't think he will just do a 4x. So we are going to go through our price predictions. And by the way, I like to use articles as they actually give an extremely realistic rather than optimistic for when it comes to my price predictions, because who doesn't like to be optimistic on their investments, right? Everyone does. However, I do believe that these articles, a lot of the times, they're not spot on. They're actually way lower than what price the coin actually reaches. So let's say if they say Quant could reach $140 minimum price, usually it's like 240, right? These guys are super realistic, which is why I like to go off them, just to get an extremely, not optimistic, but a really realistic price prediction, in my opinion. Again, this could, your Quant could go to zero. Okay, I don't think it will go to zero, but let's just say it could go to zero, so do not take it as any sort of advice. Take it by a pinch of salt. But yeah, this is the price prediction they're going down as, and we're going to see how much Quant you're going to need for these price points. So they believe by the end of 2023, the maximum price is about $290, which I think, even for me, as optimistic as I can be, that is a pretty solid price prediction. I think $140 to $219 sounds about right. I don't think it's going to go below. I mean, even though I hope it does, I did say I believe Quant could go to $70. I still hope it does. I don't think it will, to be honest, just with just how everything is panning out. There's too much attention in Quant as a long-term investment, and I don't think just people are not going to sell their Quant and risk of, not being able to get in for a cheaper price. It's just not worth it. So let's say if Quant does reach the $200 mark, in fact, let's not even look at it, as it isn't much of a price surge from now. So by 2024, they believe Quant could reach $341 at this ATH. I do want to say, by the way, even for these realistic price prediction, a lot can happen in a year or two. A lot can go down. There can be massive developments, a massive partnership, a massive lawsuit, a massive, something can happen that can affect the price, whether that's positively or negatively. So do take this just really by a pinch of salt. But even then, if it does reach 340, that's just about a 3x from the current price point. So you would need, let's say, if it does a 3x, you would need about, so I'm literally just being completely and I mean absolutely, you would need about 2,700 Quant tokens, right? Which at the moment is about 333,000. So I'm just rounding it up here. You would need about 2,700 tokens. If it does, again, super realistic, but $341. Now, by 2025, I do believe the next bull market will come about. So I think, you know, the 4x, again, they're being super realistic here. They say it will just about break the ATH, but I personally do think as CBDC gets rolled out, more attention will go towards Quant. A lot of companies and a lot of jurisdictions will actually need to use Quant, and there's going to be some big buys on QNT. So I don't think $400 is realistic in my opinion, but these guys are super realistic. I know I keep saying that, but it is true. So we're going to move on to the next one. They think $549 by 2026. They think $600 or $700 by 2027. So, you know, these guys are going up in about $100 every year. By 2028, which, you know, is a while away to be fair, $830, by $952 by 2029, and $1,000 by 2030. And by 2031, they think it could reach about $1,200. Now, I want to look at 2028 and 2031, or let's just say 2030, right? So by 2028, if it reaches $800, we'll just round it down to $800. If it reaches $800, that is going to be about an 8x, right? If it does an 8x, that is going to be about, if I'm not wrong here, about $120,000 from the current price point. So we're going to go with 120,000. You're going to need about less than 1,000 Quant, about 981 Quant. And this is, again, super realistic. I like to be optimistic in my previous videos, but I like to keep this as like the bare minimum, right? If Quant does the bare minimum in the next 10 years, which, you know, it might happen, who knows? It is meant to be a super realistic price prediction. You know, you're going to need just less than 1,000 Quant, so let's just round it to 1,000 Quant to be a millionaire, right? Now, by 2031, they believe the price will reach about 1,200. We'll just round it up from 1,196 to about 1,200. If it reaches 1,200, that is going to be about a 12x. You know, I'll just round it down to $100 here, a 12x, which from the current price point is going to be about $70,000 to $80,000, right? We're talking about a Quant price reaching actually, if I'm not wrong here, you would need about, if I'm not wrong, boys, you would need about 100, if he actually lets me type here, 100,000, you're gonna need about 800 Quant tokens, and that is if the price reaches $1,000. So that is currently how much Quant you would need, super realistically, by 2030. Again, I know it sounds a bit mad, but, you know, I believe the bull market will come about by 2025, and I think that we will see the price of over 1,000 by then. You know, that's going to be a $10 billion market cap, which is insane to talk about, but it is realistic. You know, I've seen a lot of rubbish projects reach insane market caps, and Quant being one of the most legit projects in the crypto space right now. They're delivering a service, a product really to, you know, billion-dollar companies and jurisdictions. You know, it makes sense, a $14 billion market cap evaluation by that time. So you would need about 800 Quant, guys. But yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this Crypto Maxi video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, leave it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see you guys next time, guys. Take care and peace.